Hey guys, it's Sarah Crow here, and I wanted to follow up on some of the suggestions that I got for the piano workshop earlier this week. And one of the topics that I was asked to address was the issue of compound time. I know everybody kind of cringes when they hear compound time or when they look at the key signature or the time signature and it says 6/8 or worst 9/8 or something like that. But I just want to explain just a few things today and deal with playing those specifically as it relates to hymn playing, but this would apply to anything that you play. So I'm here at my piano and I have my whiteboard. So I'm going to put my whiteboard like right here under this. And I want to talk about 6/8 time being one of the compound time. Compound time basically is when you have a multiple of 3 over either an eighth note or a quarter note, like a 6/4 or a 6/8. Okay, they have 9/8. There are some songs that have 12/8, but any of those being a multiple of 3. As we know, 3/4 is considered waltz time, and it has a different rhythm, of course, than 4/4 or 2/4 or 6/4 or anything like that, where you have an even number with a quarter note over top. So I wanted to just explain the basics first of all. So I'll try to hold this still and use my whiteboard. All right, so in 6/8 time, we understand that there are 6 counts. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which means typically in 6/8 time, your eighth note, the eighth notes, the value, gets 1 count. Each eighth note gets 1 count. So a quarter note would get 2 counts, and a dotted quarter would get 3 counts. Okay, so in 6/8 time, the half of a measure is a dotted quarter. So you have the quarter note, and then the dot would add that third count. So you could essentially have 2 dotted quarters or a dotted half note equaling the entire measure. I know we're not set up to think that way sometimes. I think those people who struggle with timing look at a quarter note and think 1 count. And when you tell them it's actually worth 2 counts, then it just like fries their entire circuit system. But in 6/8 time, when you have 6 counts, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you have 6 counts, your normal rhythm falls on the first beat and the fourth beat. In 4/4 time, your strong beat would be the first beat, and a secondary strong beat would be on the third beat. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So the third one is strong, but not as strong as the first one. It's the same principle in 6/8 time. So you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, a lot of people, when they play, this is what I have heard, so this is my experience listening to people play. When they play 6/8 time, they want to play it as if it's 4/4 time in the emphasis that they have. So they hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they're all pretty much equal in strength and weight. But in actuality, the 6/8 beat or meter should be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See how I've drawn them small to show that they're almost like almost an afterthought. The principal beat, it's almost like a swinging 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's where a lot of hymn players get hung up. The same would be in 9/8 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's almost like a very slow 3, like a 3/4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now there are subdivisions for the 2, 3, 5, 6, and 8, 9. I understand that. But if you look at a conductor or a song leader who is properly leading those timings, a lot of times he will not beat all 6 or all 9 beats. He will beat just a downward swing and an upward swing for the 6/8. Sometimes they call that the pump handle, or, but it's a very graceful winging out motion. Out, in, out, in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Same with 9, 8, different pattern, but the same principle. So with that in mind, I'm going to go to the hymnal and I'm going to actually show you what I mean by some of these. So I have here, I've just picked a few hymns that have compound time that people seem to struggle with. The first one is Wonderful Words of Life. Okay, it's in 6/8 time. So we have quarter notes, eighth notes, dotted quarters, and some dotted halves. So a lot of people, when they're playing this song, will play it like this. Okay, it's kind of slow, a little bit labored, and there's not a lot of melodic quality. It's almost stilted and stodgy. It's slow and not very, it doesn't flow well, if I can use that term. When actuality, you should be emphasizing the first beat and the fourth beat. So here we are again. Here's how it's typically played. 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, if that's how you're playing it, let's tweak that. Let's make an adjustment. We'll make a mental adjustment. Okay, we're going to take it as if it's in a swing, a 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So switch from plonk, 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 where they all get the same emphasis, to just emphasizing the first beat and the fourth beat. Okay, so we're going to do that. Okay, it's the same thing, but I have switched. It's a very subtle thing, but it makes the biggest difference. Okay, so here we are again. Here is our original. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm going to change it and go back to the proper way of counting it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you'll notice, I'm not banging each chord on the non-emphasized beats. So I'm playing my full chord on the first beat and the fourth beat. But I'm not doing it on those interim beats so much. So if I were going to do this in hymn playing, I would typically play subtle shift, in the counting. All right, if you think of it also this way, we look at march time. 4/4 time is considered march time. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3/4 time is waltz time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. 6/8 time, compound time, is more like skipping time. It's a little bit faster, a little more lilting. The songs in 6/8 and 9/8 tend to move a little quicker than would necessarily 3/4 time. So you're going to have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if you take a break, if you're very kinesthetic, go out and skip and count to yourself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as you skip. So that first do, when you skip, it's kind of like your one foot goes down, hops again, and then comes up. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's that's the best way I can do it. I was skipping around the house earlier to make sure that that what I was telling you is correct. And it is. So it's a little bit faster because you can't skip slowly. You kind of swing along. All right, so we're going to go to another, I have here, okay, Blessed Assurance. Let me pull my super fancy marker off here. Blessed Assurance is written in the key of D. Also, it is written in 9/8, okay? Typically, here's how I hear it played. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry, I miscounted, but you get the idea. They're almost playing it as if it's in 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. It's a little bit faster, emphasizing the 1, the 4, and the 7th count. Now, you may be like, I can't count while I'm trying to play this. It's just so difficult. Once you get that swinging tempo set in your head, you don't have to count so much. It almost becomes intuitive. So instead of... Okay, we're going to change that to... There's a difference in playing it at that swinging tempo than just stodgily beating out every single note. Okay, that is where we get our swinging time. Okay, there's another one. Okay, here is Jesus is Coming Again. Probably, this is a different key than I normally play it, but whatever. I should be able to play it for you still without making too many mistakes. But it's in 6/4, so it's going to be a little bit slower. Your quarter note's still going to get 1 count, but you have 6 of them, so it still counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So... So that is basically an explanation of compound time and examples of how to more faithfully play it in your hymn playing. Now this can be applied to classical music or any other type of music, but I'm using it specifically toward hymn playing. So look back and ask yourself, am I emphasizing each beat too much? Am I lilting along? Okay, and what that does, in addition to taking the stress off of you, because you don't have to beat every single note, because they do tend to move a little bit faster, so it's harder sometimes for a pianist who isn't as accomplished. I'm going to put it that way, not that you can't play, but you're not where you'd like to be. Sometimes when you look at all the music that you have to fit in that one measure, all those notes, and it kind of stresses you out. And then you play and you play and you slow the tempo down, and then you get a song that's in 6/8 or 9/8 time, and it takes you 10 minutes to sing all 4 verses of it. Okay, that's not how it's meant to be. De-emphasize those subdivisions, the 2/3 and the 5/6, and emphasize the first, and let that lilting tempo help carry you through. What that does, it allows you to play fewer notes in that time to get you through the song. And I hope I'm not undoing anything that I already did just now. If you have any questions, if you have any comments about this, if you need a clarification, I'd be glad to help you with that. Anyway, that is what I have to say about compound time. If you're struggling with playing it, reading it, implementing it in your congregational playing, this I hope has been helpful for you, and I'd love to hear your comments about it.